The follow-up is simple. Ask a question, listen to the answer, then follow up. I'm your host, Noah Kozlov. Enjoy. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Follow-Up Podcast. I'm Noah. This is Eden, my 6-year-old daughter. And we're sitting on our bed here in New York City as we do every week. It's a new episode. You can listen to all the episodes on Apple Podcasts. That's where you can subscribe and you can rate and review and share with your friends. You can also watch them, which many of you have been doing, and you've enjoyed them so much. We've gotten some really nice comments, so we suggest continuing to watch them every week. Just bookmark the page, vocalnow.com, VOKAL now.com, and that's where you can find the follow-up every week. Every week is a new topic, and Eden and I sometimes discuss what we want to talk about, and ultimately it is up to her. So today we are talking about
the election and how crazy it is how they decide who the winner is.
So this is the Monday after the election was decided, and
yes.
Of course it took a few days.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it is wild because
Very
we
wild.
saw different states come in with their electoral votes, and then you see the popular vote, which is the total number of votes that someone gets, and you learn that in the last election,
mm-hmm.
Hillary Clinton won
the popular vote,
right.
But she didn't win the electoral vote.
Right.
President Trump,
he's still president.
Right, but Hillary Clinton won. More people voted for her, but she didn't win the states that she needed to get to 270 first,
mm-hmm.
or over that.
Mm-hmm. So that's the Electoral College, and it's a conversation that I'm sure we'll have many, many times about why they started it that way all the way back when our founding fathers started this country. And
mm-hmm.
at different times in history, Democrats say the Electoral College is crazy, we shouldn't have it. And then other times the other side says it.
We should have.
Right. So it oftentimes balances itself out. But but on the surface, seems nuts that you can still win an election without the majority of the people voting for you. So from all this coverage that you watched all week, aside from
probably
for months.
Year.
Yeah, for months. Aside from seeing Claire McCaskill, the former senator of Missouri,
mm-hmm.
in her kitchen all the time, because that's what her Zoom background was, and you would always say, Claire McCaskill's in her kitchen again, which is so great.
Because Mom said that. Mom brought that up at first.
Yeah, right. Because everyone is so interested in what people's backgrounds are and trying to determine whether it's fake or not. And she was always in her kitchen in the mornings.
Pretty.
Yeah, she does. Claire McCaskill, if you're watching, you've got a pretty kitchen. If in fact that is your kitchen, because maybe it's a fake background.
But it looks very pretty.
It looks real.
Anyway.
What did you learn from all of it?
Well, the whole process of going through, how they decide who will be the last two.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so the primaries. So
correct.
Okay, so we saw all those primaries over the summer.
Yeah.
And how they were deciding, okay, who's going to be the Democratic nominee to run against Donald Trump in the presidential election, and then all the things about campaigning. You saw a lot.
I saw tons of speeches from the two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from Joe Biden and from Donald Trump, and you saw how different their speeches were, how different their tones were. Did it when we finally found out that Joe Biden was going to be the president, and you saw the celebrations going on? Did you really understand why people were celebrating?
Yeah, because it's a big thing. Donald Trump doesn't really care about anything. He's
mm-hmm.
He doesn't think anything's serious.
Yeah, so now you have somebody in the White House,
correct,
in Joe Biden who
will take everything seriously, and hopefully who will kind of move on from this.
Yeah, right. Turn things around.
Turn everything around to the other side.
So when we were watching the speeches
on last night.
Right, so we're recording this on Sunday for Monday. As we were watching them on Saturday night, I thought Joe Biden's speech was very powerful, but he said a lot of things about uniting the country and healing the country in different ways, because now we're actually healing the country during a pandemic, but healing the country emotionally. It's all the same stuff that politicians say
all the time.
every 4 years, but this time it just felt different. The cliches felt different because we really need it.
Right. Well, this is why it really feels different. This is because we've had a bad president who hasn't even said this for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's really like changing the ball around.
Mm-hmm. And Kamala Harris.
Yes.
So to have the first woman in the White House and to have the first woman of color as a vice president, so many firsts, and it's emotional for Mom and I, and it's more powerful for us to look at you looking at her and seeing that is, you know, one of the highest offices, one of the most important jobs in the entire world is attainable. And when she was standing up there saying, I'm talking to the little girls out there, what were you thinking about?
That's nice. Hmm? I think it is really powerful. Hmm?
Really powerful?
Mhm.
Yeah, and I can you tell that it's really important for Mom and I
Yeah.
as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to see the administration, and they said that the rest of their administration, the rest of the jobs like Secretary of State and the other powerful jobs are going to look more like our country. That means more diverse, more people of color from all different backgrounds.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and
Which is great.
And it looks like, to me, when I hear that, I think about your classroom.
Correct.
That your classroom is so diverse. That being a white American born female in your classroom, you are in the minority. There are more people of color in your classroom than white kids in your classroom. And we had this conversation when we talked about racism. But that never... Do you ever...
And also
think?
for
Do you ever think
different
that
countries.
way? Yeah, right. From people from all different countries. Like, do you ever think that in this classroom, not many kids look like me?
Not really, but that's a
Do you
good
ever-
thing
do you
to,
ever-
that's a good thing to think about.
Yeah. So when Kamala Harris stands up there, and she says that there's never been someone in this position that has looked like me. So then think about all the kids who have been in the opposite position, have been in the position that you're in, but haven't been a white American-born girl, and they feel like certain things are not attainable because of that. And it's nice that you're in the position that you're in school, where you can recognize diversity and know that this is what our country is really like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's upside down.
Well, it's just different. Yeah, I mean, it's different from...
Every person is upside down, is every different way.
in your classroom.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, from different places of the world, different backgrounds. Different skin color, different languages. Yeah, all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how do you think now, how do you think our country's going to be different?
Well, I think we're going to handle, like, COVID way better.
Speak up.
Handle COVID way better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's totally going to be different. Everything that Donald Trump turned around from when President Obama was president,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to flip that back around just thinking that Obama was the president. And kind of a little better, maybe.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Trying
And then
to
go back
erase the 4 years.
years.
Yeah.
And then go back.
But what really is important is that everybody works together
Correct.
to try to help the country. Politicians say it all the time, but we've never been in this position in a pandemic where hundreds of thousands of people are getting sick every day,
Yeah.
thousands of people are dying,
Mm-hmm.
and in order to turn the country around
Yeah.
and heal it in every single way that needs healing, from racism to economically to our physical health, everybody really, really does need to work together.
To the election, everything. It's
Mhm.
so many things are just turning up, like a flower bloom. Like, everything
That's a good way of saying
turning
it.
up
I hope so.
in this, like, just while this is going on, like the election, racism, everything.
Right. It's like there's this one beautiful wildflower just that was the result.
Spreads everywhere.
Hope so. I hope so. All right. I love you.
I love you.